Hello, Blake Winters, professional EOS implementer, and continuing to walk you through some of Success.co's features, which again is a platform that organizations can use to ensure that all of the stuff that they're doing following the EOS process are actually being executed on and they're getting the results that they're after, and the software allows for that to happen. So what I'll cover here is two things that this software has that I haven't seen in other softwares before. The first is the org checkup and the second is the people analyzer, so we'll take these one at a time. First is the org checkup, which is the 20 questions that you can have your leadership team take, you should really have your whole organization take, to understand if we're firing on all levels in EOS. It's something that we do before the focus day, and it's something that we do in every single annual and as many times outside of that as you need to. And ultimately, this journey is to get us to over 80% strong in these 6 key components, and the org checkup is how we understand how we're progressing along that journey. So it's built right in to the software here. You got it here, and then it also can be referenced in meeting agendas, such as the annual meeting agenda. So as you're clicking through the meeting, I did a separate video on that, you'll be able to enter in and execute that org checkup live on the spot. So from here, we have our org checkup that's in progress. We've got our 20 questions. We answer them 1 through 5, just like rating the level 10 meetings in this software. There's no 3.5, no 4.17s. It's just solid numbers, simple, less is more. And we have the ability to toggle between just one score as well as team scoring so that we can get an average. So for the team scoring, everyone's able to enter their own score. We can choose to show scores or we can hide scores. That way there's no influences on how people are reacting to other people's scores. And then ultimately that'll give us an average for the org checkup. And for example, on this question, we have a clear vision writing that has been properly communicated and shared by everyone in the company. We're rating it 2s, 3s, 4s, and have some discussion, and the average is somewhere closer to 2 than it is to 4. Well, that might warrant us raising an issue, and then quickly we can add an issue to the leadership team issues list and discuss it in a future meeting. Figure out and dig deep as to why we're not scoring higher on this particular question. So easy functionality to add our issues. We can work through all 20 questions, give them scores, and then when we get to our results, if I was to click all the way through that until it's complete, it'll pull up our averages for each of those 20 questions, and it displays it here on the EOS model to show which components you're super strong in and which components you need work in. For this one, a score of 87%, we say 80% strong is what we're trying to get to. So this organization is absolutely excelling in this example, but we can see data has more opportunity for improvement than vision, which is at 92% strong. So each of these questions ties out to specific key components, and we can see where we're succeeding, where we're falling short, and then we can make any adjustments. We can IDS as we need to progress the entire organization forward. What's also really neat here is we can see historically how we've done. So from August through October, now an organization's probably not running the org checkup multiple times a week like there is in this demo here, but you can see how we've progressed over time. And what we'd like to see, what we see here, is that we've improved over time. So there may be some times where we're falling off a little bit, but over the course of a year, over the course of 1, 3, 5 years, what you'd want to see is improvement, getting up to 80% strong, and then maintaining at 80% strong, which any organization that's been doing EOS for a while knows it's not just getting there, you got to get there and actually maintain. So I really like how we can see a history at a glance to see how we've performed in the past and where we are now currently. So that's the org checkup. The second thing I want to cover is the people analyzer. So again, the people component, we talk about right people in right seats, and we must have both, or right people are a culture fit for our organization. Right seats are people that can do their jobs effectively based on their role definition on the accountability chart. So for this, and again, we should be doing this with our people regularly. One, if there's a people issue that comes up, that's a trigger for us to do a people analyzer, but we should be doing it regularly. That way, if people are succeeding, they are living and breathing our core values, they do GWC their roles, we need to recognize and reward them and celebrate that. So with this people analyzer, we can add a session. I can do it for a specific team and add the teams that I'm going to people analyze. I can do it for specific individuals, and maybe all 27 people in the organization, I want to go through and add a people analyzer session. So for this example, I'm just going to do an individual, and I'm going to add myself, and then I'll create the session. So 5 core values: customers first, integrity, open and honesty, ambition, always learning. I'm going to rate myself honestly. I'll say customers first, plus minus, integrity, strong in that one, open and honesty, strong in that one, ambition, strong in that one, and always learning, strong in that one. So 4 pluses and 1 plus minus. Down here at the bottom of the screen, we see the bar. The bar, the minimum acceptable criteria to be considered a right person, is 2 pluses and 3 plus minuses. So given that I'm 4 pluses and 1 plus minus, I'm above the bar. I'm considered a right person. Now we go to GWC. So for my role as an EOS implementer, I would say I absolutely get it, I absolutely want it, and I have the capacity to do it. So once we have this people analyzer fully filled out, we see that I'm 100% complete, and that just assures that I'm a right person, right seat in the organization. If I was filling this out for one of my direct reports, I can then share this with them, show them where they're falling short, again, where they're succeeding, helping us continue to drive that culture and get to where all of our people truly are right people in the right seats. And then we've got the historic record for Blake's people analyzers. We can see that over time. Maybe a year ago we had some issues, but those resolved, and this year they kind of reared their head up again. We can go see, is that an issue that we've addressed before? How did we address it the first time? What needs to be addressed again? So we've got the ability to do that here. So the ability to run it for individuals, for teams, or for everybody right here, right on the main screen of the software. The people analyzer, you will say in EOS, 80% of your issues are people issues. So ensuring that we have right people in the right seats is absolutely critical. And there's no tool more powerful than that, than the people analyzer. And I just love that that's included within this software.